Hey everybody, this is the third installment of multiple meaning words. Today's word is grasp. As always, the packet is available for download. You get the definition sheet, you get the 24 task cards, and you get the post-assessment worksheet with answer guide. I like today's word because it's our first word that we've done so far that has two different parts of speech. So we can look at that whenever we look at the context clues. So grasp in this usage has four different meanings or uses. We have a noun, a grip of the hand, a verb, to grab or seize, a verb, to understand, or a noun, an understanding. So let's dive right in like we've been doing, and we'll do 12 of the task cards kind of together, somewhat independently, where we'll check your answer right after you're done with the card. Then 13 through 24 you can do on your own, and then you have the 10 sentences in the post-assessment sheet. So let's just dive in here. King Arthur was able to grasp how much trouble his knights would be in. Now, if we look at this and we see that to right before that, and this doesn't sound like a place, so it's not somewhere where he's going to, but it does sound like he is doing this, like he was able to do something. So grasp. So is he grabbing or seizing it, or is he understanding it? Well, you can't really grab trouble, but you can understand how much trouble. King Arthur was able to understand how much trouble his knights would be in, and that fits perfectly in there. So if you're thinking, okay, that it's going to be definition 3, then you're off to a great start. Tom grasped the weights as he began his workout. And what I like about this one is Tom's clearly our subject. So the predicate or the verb in this sentence, okay, is grasp. And we see it where the S matches the Tom. So we know it's going to be either 2 or 3. It's going to be one of our verb ones. Okay. And so you don't really understand weights whenever you're working out. You're grabbing those weights. So 2 or definition 2 would be our best answer. Tom Sawyer's grasp on the paddle was so tight his knuckles turned white. Now, one very important thing in this sentence that helps us to figure out which one of these definitions it actually is this apostrophe S, the possessive. Because you can't possess a verb. He's got to be possessing a noun. So that leaves us with number 1 or number 4. And you're not really understanding a paddle. You're grabbing a paddle. So Tom Sawyer's grip on the paddle was so tight his knuckles turned white. So that's going to be definition number 1. On card 4, I'm going to let you do this one by yourself. With Miss Rose's help, I was able to grasp how to simplify fractions. Did you see the 2 in front of the grasp? So that should make you think that it's going to be a verb. So that leaves you with 2 and 3. And when you're talking about fractions, are you grabbing them or are you understanding them? And you should have been thinking that she helped this person understand them. And so that would be a definition 3. And if you got definition 3, then you're off to the right track. Chuck had a grasp on the causes of soil erosion along the Brazos River. Now, we see there. And if there's an a there, then does it mean it's a verb or does it mean it's a noun? Well, it's going to mean it's a noun, like a dog, a shoe, a table, and with an N in there, and an idea, okay, a dream. All of those things are nouns. So grasp there is clearly going to be a noun. So is that going to be a grip of the hand or an understanding? Chuck had a grip on the causes of soil erosion along the Brazos River, or Chuck had an understanding on the causes of soil erosion along the Brazos River. Chuck clearly is going to have an understanding because he's not really grabbing these causes. But let's read about Sarah in number 6. My table's getting away from me there. Sarah grasped the garden hose as she went to water the tulips. Just like earlier, we've got our subject, okay, and grasp is going to be our predicate there. So we know clearly that it's going to either be 2 or 3. And when we look at that she's grasping a garden hose, is that going to be grabbing it or understanding it? And I'm hoping that you're thinking it's definition 2. And if you are, then you're on the right track. The girls grasp the tug-of-war rope and pull hard. They don't beat the boys. Did you get that it was definition 2? Because you've got your subject and your predicate, so that those girls aren't understanding the tug-of-war rope. Those girls are grabbing that tug-of-war rope. So that's clearly a definition 2. Card 8. Miss Richards' class was able to get a grasp of how to use adverbs. Did you catch that there was an A right in front of grasp? So that means it's either a grip of the hand or an understanding, because that makes it a noun. And if you're using your hand to grip adverbs, doesn't quite sound right. So that's definitely going to be definition 4. An understanding. Miss Richards' class was able to get an understanding of how to use adverbs. So if you were thinking definition 4, you're on the right track. The boys grasped why their coach was upset. They didn't practice hard enough. So which ones did you narrow it down to pretty quickly? Did you narrow it down that that's a verb because we see it right here as the predicate to boys? So that should leave you with number 2 and number 3. So did the boys grab why they were upset, their coach was upset, or did the boys understand why their coach was upset? Clearly, definition 3 is the best option. Let's look at number 10. Jamie and Alex both had a firm grasp on their bike handles as they rode down the hill. Now there's an adjective in there, but we see that A still in front of the word grasp. So that's going to leave us with a grip of the hand or an understanding. Now, if I'm thinking about a handlebar, okay, that's not something I'm going to be understanding. That's going to be something that I'm grabbing or gripping. So that's going to be a definition number 1. And if you're thinking definition 1 for card 10, then you're on the right track. Samantha grasped her blow dryer and begins to get her hair ready for school. Well, we've got our predicate there to our subject. Okay, so if she's grasping it, that's a verb. So is she grabbing or is she understanding a blow dryer? She's going to be grabbing that blow dryer. So definition 2 is going to be your best. And our last one that we're going to go through. Hank and Freddie grasp how to find the main idea of a paragraph if it is inferred. Well, our subject is both Hank and Freddie. And what are they doing? They're grasping. So that's going to be a verb. So are they grabbing how to find the main idea, or are they understanding how to find the main idea? It makes quite a bit more sense that they're understanding how to find the main idea. So definition 3, verb to understand would be the best usage, the best definition or use of grasp in that sentence. And that's all the practice that we have today. Remember, you still have 13 through 24 of the task cards left to do on your own. You've also got the post-assessment worksheet that you want. We'll be back tomorrow again, and our word for tomorrow is block. And we've got 4 new definitions with block to take a look at tomorrow. Thank you very much.